Hi friends, today we'll discuss the topic biodiversity in environmental education. Biodiversity is the abbreviated word for biological diversity. As all we know, bio means life or living organisms. Diversity means variety. It is the sum total of various types of microbes, plants, and animals in a system. All together live in our environment, right? It is a variation found in microorganisms, plants, fungi, and animals. It is a various types of ecosystems, both terrestrial and aquatic within area. The variety can be observed in three levels: variety within the species, within a community, with a distinctive plant and animal communities. There are three types of diversities here. First one is genetic diversity. It occurs within species and between the species. Each member of any animal or plant differs widely from other individuals, right? Because large number of combinations possible in the genes. They give specific characteristics. All will not be, no twins will not be the same. They differ from each other. It is essential for a healthy breeding population of the species. If number of breeding individuals is reduced, dissimilarity is also reduced. It can lead to extinction of the species. The variation of genes not only of members but of structure also. If a species has a genetic variation, it can adapt to the environmental condition. Second diversity is species diversity. It is all the differences within and between populations of species as well as between different species. It can be seen in both natural ecosystems and in agriculture ecosystems. It can be measured in terms of species richness and species abundance. Species richness means number of variations, various species is observed in defined area, in that limited area. Species abundance means relative number of numbers among species. Taxonomic relationship between different group of people, different group of species, that means different kinds of species here. It can be measured in three situations, that is species richness, species abundance, taxonomic. Next, many new species are identified, especially in flowering plants and insects. Areas that are rich in species are called hotspots of diversity. India is one among 15 nations exceptionally rich in species diversity. Ecosystem diversity, the third one is. It is all the different habitats, biological communities, and ecological processes, as well as variation within individual ecosystems. Ecosystems are most natural in wilderness areas. If natural ecosystems are overused, their productivity decreases. India is rich in ecosystem diversity. Next, we will discuss about the topic hotspots. It is the area with high diversity which is threatened at present. Hotspots are determined on the basis of four factors. First, the degree of expectation, degree of endemism, number of species diversity, degree of threat to habitat. As a result to fragmentation and degradation. Biodiversity has 25 hotspots are identified in the world. Okay. Some are in India especially. Hotspots are identified in Western Ghats and Eastern Himalayas. They are rich in flowering plants, amphibians, reptiles, butterflies and species. Next, coming to conservation of biodiversity. How to conserve? There are three main objectives to conserve this biodiversity. First, to preserve the species diversity, make the sustainable utilization, that is proper utilization of species and ecosystem, maintain the important ecological process and life supporting systems. Why should we conserve biodiversity? Everyone will have a doubt. It provides biological resources, ecosystem services, social benefits, spiritual benefits we will get from this conservation of biodiversity. Next, biological resources. What are the biological resources? It is any product harvested from the nature, like herbs, we get all the resources. Those are like herbs, medicines, fibers, oil, wood, and food, etc. The food can be like 7,000 species are there. In that, mainly dependent on 12 major crops. We get food from that. Next, medicines depend on plants like aspirin comes from Williams. For malaria, we get from cinchona tree. Fibers are used in making clothing, ropes, webbings, sacking, netting. These are all biological resources. Next, coming to ecosystem services. It supports human life like soil fertility, decomposition of waste, pollination, water purification are very important for mankind. But cutting of trees, increase in population, decreases in forest area, disturbed natural environment. So the cutting of trees should be decreased. Social and spiritual benefits. Biodiversity, that is, it affects cultural development also. In different areas, different cultures are dominant, influence their diet. Depending on their culture, diet will depend language, occupation, activities, traveling, variation in plants and animals. Conservation efforts will be of two types. One is in situ and ex situ. In situ is protection of plants and animals within the natural habitat. Ex situ means conservation of plants and animals outside their natural habitat. What are the strategies involved in this conservation of biodiversity? First, we have to focus on the conservation of all types of food like plants, agriculture animals, livestock, microbes, etc., which is very important, should be identified and conserved. Endangered species to be identified and we have to safeguard for that. International trade to be regulated. Hunting and poaching of wildlife to be prevented for reserves and land area. Control emission of pollutants for that increase in the awareness of biodiversity. Migratory birds should be protected. Efforts need to be made to set up more national parks, wildlife sanctuaries to safeguard general genetic diversity. Animals and plants in geological and botanical gardens should be safeguarded. So, so friends, we'll celebrate every year the biodiversity day is May 22nd, as all we know. I hope you understand this biodiversity topic. If you like the topic, please share and subscribe. Thank you. Hi friends. Today